Dear students, we are going to learn about reciprocal equation. This topic comes under the lesson Theory of Equations. For an equation, if alpha is a root and 1 by alpha is also a root, then such equation is called as a reciprocal equation. So now, if alpha is a root of the given equation and the reciprocal of this root, which is 1 by alpha, if that is also a root, then such an equation is called as a reciprocal equation. Now under this topic, we will be learning three types of reciprocal equation. So in this video, we will learn about type 1. In our upcoming videos, we will be learning about type 2 and type 3. The first type is reciprocal equation of degree 4. So to solve this kind of reciprocal equation, we have to first divide that equation throughout by x square. And the second step will be, after dividing, we will be gathering the terms where we will be gathering x square along with its reciprocal. So after that, we will be substituting x plus 1 by x as y. So you will understand it better when we deal with the problem. So now let's move on to solve a problem. So the first problem under this type is solve 6x power 4 minus 25x cube plus 37x squared minus 25x plus 6 equal to 0. First of all, when we observe a given equation, we should first understand whether it is a reciprocal equation or not. So if it is a reciprocal equation, then we can find that the coefficient of the first term and the last term will be same. Now if you see here, the coefficient of x power 4 is 6 and here we have the constant term to be 6. So they are same. And then we could see that the second term is negative 25 and the last but one previous term, one ahead previous is negative 25. So both are same. And then we have a middle term here. Now this is an equation where the degree of the equation is 4. So that means the highest power of x in this equation is 4. So that kind of equation can be solved by first dividing this equation throughout by x square. So dividing throughout by x square. So this is our first step. So what will have to happen to the given equation? Now here we have 6x power 4. So we have to divide this x power 4 by x square. Then negative 25 x cube divided by x square plus 37 x squared divided by x square, negative 25x divided by x squared plus 6 divided by x squared is equal to 0. Now we can cancel the terms that we could. Now if you see here we have x squared and here we have x power 4. So after cancelling, we will be left out with 6x squared. Similarly, negative 25. Here after cancelling the terms, we will be left out with the term x. And then here this x squared and x squared gets cancelled and we will be left out with 37. Then negative 25. And now if you check here, this and this will get cancelled and one of the x term will be left out in the denominator. So this will be 25 divided by x and then plus 6 by x squared is equal to 0. Now after this we have to gather the term and its reciprocal. For example, here we have x squared and what is the reciprocal of x squared? It is 1 by x squared. So we will gather these two terms and we will write. So we will get x squared plus 6 by x squared. And then if you check here we have x and here we have 1 by x. So this also we will gather and write. Now if you see, we have a negative sign common in both the terms. So that we will take out. So we will be having 25x Because we have taken the negative sign, it will be plus 25 divided by x. And then the only left out term is 37. So plus 37 is equal to 0. Now if you see here, we could see that the numerical value 6 is common in both these terms. So we will take it out, and so inside we will be having x squared plus 1 by x squared. And then negative, now 25 is common in these two terms. So when we take it out, we will get 25 multiplied with x plus 1 by x. And then plus 37 is equal to 0. Now after this, the next step will be we have to make a substitution. So the substitution will be we have to make substitute 1 by 1 plus x plus 1 by x to be equal to y. So this is our substitution. Now from this, squaring on both the sides, what do we get? So squaring on both the sides, we get that x plus 1 by x the whole squared is equal to y square. Now we will expand this by using a plus b the whole squared formula. So we will get x square plus 2 multiplied with x multiplied with 1 by x plus 1 by x square. So it's like a squared plus 2ab plus b square is equal to y square. Now this x and this x will get cancelled, and we will gather this term and its reciprocal. So it will be x squared plus 1 by x squared is equal to this constant 2. We will take it to the right. So it will be y squared negative 2. So this is x squared plus 1 by x squared equal to y squared minus 2. And here we have x plus 1 by x to be equal to y. So now what we have to do, in this equation, at the place x plus 1 by x, we have to replace it by y. And x squared plus 1 by x squared, we have to replace it by y squared negative 2. So now let us see what happens after the substitution. So now after substituting, we get, here we will be substituting 6 multiplied with y squared minus 2. So here 6 multiplied with y squared negative 2. And then negative 25 multiplied with y. So negative 25 multiplied with y plus 37 is equal to 0. So plus 37 is equal to 0. Now let's proceed further. From this we will get the 6 we will multiply within. So we will get 6y squared negative 6 2 times is 12 negative 25y plus 37 is equal to 0. So now we will add these two, that is we will get 6y square, then this term we will write negative 25y. Now if you see here, we have a negative sign and here we have a positive sign. So actually we have to subtract these two, and the highest value sign is plus. So it will be positive 37. From 37 we have to subtract 12, and so we will get 25 is equal to 0. Now next we have to factorize this equation and find the roots of y. So while factorizing this, we have different methods of factorization. So I am planning to make a video on how to factorize a quadratic equation using various methods. So that link I will give it in the description box, so that you may go and visit into that link and understand the factorization concept more clearly. Now here for this problem, let me show you how to factorize. Now what we have to do is, here the constant term is 6 and here the constant term is 25. The method that I am going to use here is the Hill method for factorization, where we will be multiplying this coefficient with the constant term. So we have to multiply 6 with 25 and the resulting number is 150. So this 150, I have to divide it into two numbers so that the product of it will give 150 and the sum or difference of it should give me 25. So the apt number for such thing is, actually when we multiply 15 with 10, we get 150. And if you see here, when we add these two numbers, we get 25. And very importantly, we want negative 25 here. So both the numbers should be negative. Then only we will be able to add it. Because negative 15, negative 10 will be equal to negative 25. And if you multiply these two numbers also, you could see that this negative multiplied with negative will become a positive 150. So now we have arrived at the two factors, that is the two numbers which on multiplication gives 150 and on addition gives 25. Now this equation can be further written as 6y squared, and this negative 25 can be written as negative 15y. So this one, and then negative 10y plus 25 is equal to 0. Now we will consider these two terms. What are the terms that are common in these two terms that we have to pick outside? We could see that these two are multiples of 3. So we could take 3 out, and we have a y in common in both. So that y also we will take out. So within the bracket we will be left out with, now 3 multiplied with 2 is 6. So 2, and then one of the y we have here, so 2y. Then negative, now 3 multiplied with 5 is 15. So we will be having 5, and this y we have taken out. So we can close the bracket here. And now let us see what is the thing that is common to these two. That is, we have the number 5 common to these two, because 10 is and 25 are multiples of 5. And we could take the negative sign also out, so that negative 5 can be taken out, and within the bracket we will have 5 multiplied with 2 gives us 10. So it will be 2y, because we have this y here that we have to write. And then because we have taken the negative sign out, this positive terms becomes negative. And 5 times is 25. And so this is equal to 0. Now this and this can be taken in common. And so we will be having 2y negative 5 multiplied with this 3y negative 5 will be equal to 0. Now from this we can find two values for y. This will give one of the value of y, and this will give another value for y. So now we will simplify this. The first is this one, that is 2y negative 5 is equal to 0. So from this we get 2y to be equal to this. When we take it to the right we get 5, and therefore the value of y will be 5 divided by 2. So this is one of the value of 5. So now using this, 3y negative 5 is equal to 0. So 3y will be equal to 5, and the value of y will be equal to 5 by 3. So this is another value of y. But what is y actually? Y is x plus 1 by x is equal to y. So now we have to substitute y as x plus 1 by x here. So what we will get here is, now instead of y we are having x plus 1 by x, and so that is equal to, the y is 5 by 2. So now here we will have x plus 1 by x to be equal to 5 by 3. Now first we will simplify this, and after that we will simplify this. So let's check out how to do that. Now here on the left we can take the LCM, and here we will get x, and this x gets multiplied here, and so we will be getting x squared plus 1 is equal to 5 by 2. Now we will cross multiply these two denominators. So what we will be getting, this 2 will be multiplied with this, and we will get 2x squared plus 2 is equal to, this x gets multiplied with 5 and we get 5x. And so this equation can be written as 2x squared. Bringing this 5x to the left hand side, it will become negative 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now again we have to use the Hill method and factorize this in order to find the value of x. So how to do that? We have to first multiply this term, coefficient of x squared, with the constant term. Now 2 multiplied with 2 is 4. Now product of two numbers should give us this, and the addition or subtraction of those two numbers should give me 5. Now we know that Actually 4 multiplied with 1 gives us 4, and 4 when added with 1 gives us 5. So we have to factorize this 4 as 4 multiplied with 1. And we need 5 here. So we need to add these two. But we have a negative sign here. So what we should have? We should have negative 4 and negative 1. So that negative 4, negative 1 gives us negative 5. And when you multiply these two also, you get negative 4 multiplied with 1 is positive 4. So we have got this number. So this can be written as 2x squared. So first this value, so negative 4x, and then negative x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now next what we will be having in these two terms, what are the terms that we could take common out? So we can pick out 2 and x, and inside we will be having, now what is left out here? We are left out with 1x, and then negative, and here we are left out with 2. So now if you see, 2 multiplied with x and x is 2x squared, and this multiplied with this is negative 4x. So that is what we have done here. And in these two terms we will take negative 1 out, and so we will be left out with x minus 2, which is equal to 0. Now from this again, this and this can be taken common out. So we will be having x minus 2 multiplied with 2x negative 1 is equal to 0. Now in these two terms we find that from this we get x negative 2 is equal to 0, and then from this we get 2x negative 1 to be equal to 0. So from this we arrive at x is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2 is one of the root of the given reciprocal equation, and from this we get 2x to be equal to this negative 1, when it goes to the right it becomes 1, and the value of x is equal to 1 by 2. So this will give us the another root of the given reciprocal equation. So we have found two roots. Now next we have to use this and we have to find the other two roots. The given question is an equation of degree 4. So definitely it will be having 4 roots, out of which 2 roots we have found now. Now next is we have to find the other two roots by using this. So now let us see how to do that. In the similar manner, using this, when we take the LCM over here, we get x squared plus 1 to be equal to 5 by 3. Now again cross multiplying this, we get 3x squared. So 3 gets multiplied with x squared and we get 3x squared plus 3 is equal to, this x gets multiplied with 5 and we get 5x. Now taking this term to the left hand side, we get 3x squared. When it comes to the left, it becomes negative. So negative 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now we have to factorize this. But when we use the Hill method, we could see that 3 multiplied with 3 is 9. And the product and sum of two numbers which gives 9 does not follow, that is does not give negative 5, because we know that the multiples of 9 is actually 9 multiplied with 1 gives, that is for example I'll just show you very clearly. So 3 multiplied with 3 is 9. So when we split up this 9 multiplied with 1 is 9, but when we add or subtract these two terms we don't get 5, because the addition of this is 10 or the subtraction of these two is 8. So we don't get 5 here. So we can't take this. Now another kind of splitting for 9 is 3 multiplied with 3. So when 3 is multiplied with 3 we get 9. But when you add these two we don't get 5. Neither when we subtract we get 5. Because the addition of these two is 6 and the subtraction of these two is 0. So but we need 5 here. And we can't factorize this furthermore. So definitely we can't use the Hill method for factorization of this. So the method that we will be using here to factorize this quadratic equation is, so we can't use this as well as this. So the method that we will be using is x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. This method is called the formula method, which is the formula for ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So if this is the quadratic equation, then the value of x is equal to this. So this method is known as the formula method. where this value of x is what? The coefficient of x squared. So here the value of a is equal to 3 and the value of b is the coefficient of x, and here we have negative 5. So b is equal to negative 5, and then the value of c is the constant term, so that is 3, and so here we have c to be equal to 3. Now we will substitute all these three values in this formula. So x will be equal to, first is negative b. So negative b is already what? Negative 5 plus or minus square root of b square. B is negative 5. The square of this negative term becomes positive, and the square of 5 is 5 times is 25. Negative 4 AC. So what is A here? It is 3. And what is C here? It is also 3. So we have substituted this, the whole divided by 2a. So 2 multiplied with, what is a? 3. So we have to write 3 here. So this is equal to, further this negative into negative becomes positive, and so this is 5 plus or minus square root of 25 negative. And when we multiply this, 4 3 times is 12 and 12 3 times is 36. So 36 the whole divided by 6. And so that will be equal to, further 5 plus or minus square root of, what is 25 negative 36? It is negative 11. The whole divided by 6. So which will be equal to 5 plus or minus this negative 1, that is square root of a negative number. So this negative, actually we know that square root of negative 1 is I. So we can take that negative out of the square root by changing it as I, and so inside we will not have a negative sign now. So it will be 11 divided by 6, because we know that the imaginary number I is equal to square root of negative 1. So the square root of negative 1 has come out as I. Okay, so this is the other root. So therefore the value of the other two values of value of x is, actually one root will be 5 plus because it is plus or minus. So first we will take the plus. So 5 plus I root 11 divided by 6, and the other root will be 5 minus I root 11 divided by 6. So these are the other two roots. So therefore the roots of the given reciprocal equation are x equal to 2, x equal to 1 by 2, and x equal to 5 plus I root 11 by 6 and 5 minus I root 11 by 6. So we shall conclude the problem now. So this is the given question, that is we have to solve this equation. It's a reciprocal equation of degree 4. So we have adapted the method of solving a degree 4 equation, which is type 1, and finally we have arrived at the roots to be x is equal to, one of the root was 2. The second root was x is equal to 1 by 2. And then the other root was x is equal to 5 plus I root 11 by 6. And the last fourth root was x is equal to 5 negative I 11, okay, I square root of 11 by 6. So these are the four roots of the reciprocal equation of degree 4. Hope you have understood this problem. Thank you.